So I have one question for you, and I'm just wondering if anyone has ever felt like this before. Have you ever felt so alive inside, but acted so dead? And that is where I was about 3.5 years ago, when I was sitting towards the back of a room in Las Vegas at a Vemma National Convention. And that little mantra kept going through my head over and over again. And that was in January 2009, and I had been in Vemma for just 2 weeks when, at the last minute, the night before the convention started, I booked my flight. I drove 2 hours in the snow to get to Des Moines, Iowa, which was the closest airport, and jumped on a plane by myself and went to Las Vegas and sat there on Friday and Saturday literally in tears, because the reason that I went was to find out, more about this company. I was sold on the product. I had 8 years of nutritional supplementation background. I had college certificate in nutrition, and I knew the product was great, but I wondered about the company. And I also went because I wanted to clear my head. I wanted to take a little break. I had 3 Curbs franchise businesses that I opened 11 years ago, and a tanning salon, 2 teenage daughters, and another home-based business. And I was literally like a hamster in a cage, spinning my wheels, trying to get 28 hours out of the day out of 24 hours, and it just wasn't working. So I really went there with the intention of, like I said, taking a break, setting my goals for the year for my traditional business, and just hearing about this company and what kind of people surrounded it. So as I sat there and I heard Les Brown speaking and saying how you have to be hungry, to succeed, and hearing Darren Hardy speak on the secrets of success, and hearing Vemma leaders speak about their passion and their commitment to this company, and hearing testimony after testimony of how this product is doing amazing things, incredible things. I knew it was a good product, but holy cow, I had no idea that it was helping people in this amazing way. So it set my belief in that product, it set my belief in the company, it set my belief in all the people that surrounded, that weekend event. And what I did was I took action. I bought myself a roadmap to success while I was there, which is now like the Take a Shot, Tell Two workbook, or the GPS booklet that comes in the Success Kit. I bought one of those from a vendor and got back on the plane by myself. And it was a long flight. I had a layover in, Texas. It was like I was flying everywhere. And I filled that baby out from cover to cover with my goals for the next 5 years, breaking it down to 6 months. I made my list of 100 people that I wanted to talk to and introduce Vemma to. I had a picture for my daughters and what I would like life to look like in the future. Things that I didn't want to sacrifice, things that I wanted to stop feeling alive but acting dead, and I wanted to start living life to the fullest. And so when I went back home to reality, I went into action. And I started calling people, I started introducing it to everybody. I wasn't afraid to thinking that, I don't want to, what if they say no? That was out of my mind at that point, because I had a why and I had a reason for doing this, and it wasn't a bad thing to be sharing an incredible product. So that first month I hit silver level, which is when I got back. So finishing out the next 2 weeks, 5 cycles. The next month I hit the gold level, which is 10 cycles. And the third month I hit diamond, and that's 20 cycles. Me working both sides of my business with absolutely no help from an upline. I forgot to tell you, I went to Las Vegas to try to figure out what a cycle meant too. And I never figured it out while I was there. But I discovered things that were much bigger and more powerful to my business than discovering what a cycle is. I discovered why I wanted to do this. I discovered, deep inside my passion and how I can have a commitment for this company attached to being a vehicle to get me to where I'd like to be. And so, like I said, I hit that diamond level, working both sides of my business, putting people here and here because I had nobody dropping people below, which was fine. But I started introducing it to people in their homes. I went to living rooms. I did presentations. I did home parties. I did coffee shop events. I did in a pizza ranch meeting room. We had weekly events. I did other restaurants. I was traveling everywhere doing whatever to introduce it to people who wanted the same thing out of life. They wanted to change. And doing so, I hit platinum level. And, you know, I was at the diamond level for quite a while. I did hit platinum level. And I can clearly recall the morning that I checked my cycle tracker on that second month of hitting platinum and looking at that cycle tracker and seeing my paycheck was $1,350. And I was like, okay, it is happening. You know, I am doing this. And I'm still working both sides, you know. But it's happening. And I don't know where I would be, what level I would be at now if I were still working it. But I partnered up with Dennis, my favorite brand partner, which to me has been the biggest thing out of Vemma, that it connected me to Dennis and his family, and him to me and my family. And if nothing else than that, the paycheck wasn't there, the product wasn't there, having that has been remarkable in itself. Just knowing that if I can hit this level, if I can hit platinum level, a quiet girl in Iowa, in a town of 9,000 people, surrounded by cornfields, and no support, upline support, you know, an elite leader was in Kansas, I think, I don't know, didn't really know any elite leaders. But me doing that on my own, I'm very confident that anyone in this room sitting here is able to get whatever out of this that you'd like to, whatever change that you want to make, it is possible. And Vemma can be your vehicle. A few basic tips that I have for Vemma's success would be, number one, figuring out what drives you, what your passion is. Whether it's providing more for your children, or looking at retirement, or helping your parents as they get older. Whatever it is that drives you, you will then be passionate about Vemma, because Vemma can be that vehicle to get you there. You want to follow a proven record by people that are succeeding with this. And Dennis and I, we shared things earlier tonight, and Scott was just saying, we took some tips because, a lot of the things that we've had problems with, you have too. And so if you can avoid having to go through the pain of doing something wrong, if you don't have to go through that and you can learn it from other people, definitely take that to your advantage and run with it. And the last thing would be to make sure that you listen to people with compassion, and that you can positively affect and change people, as many people as you want to, as many people as you come in contact with that want change, that you can be that person to make change with them. So I just want to thank everybody for inviting Dennis and I and Jordan here.